In 1968 of 69, Chamberlain lost out on MVP to Wes Unseld despite outpacing him in global rating. In 1961 of 62, Chamberlain lost MVP to Russell even though he had a better rating by 12.55 points. The year Chamberlain averaged 50.4 points for the season. The biggest MVP robbery of James' career was in 2005-06 when James put up 31.4 points, 7.0 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 1.6 steals, and led a weak Cavaliers roster to a 50-win campaign. MVP that year went to Steve Nash. The most egregious season in which Abdul-Jabbar was robbed of MVP was in 1970-73 when the award went to Dave Cowan's Abdul-Jabbar putting up a 30.2, 16.1 or 5.0 stat line versus Cowan's 20.5, 16.2, 4.1. Jordan came in 1992-93, the season that culminated with his first three-peat being completed. That year, Jordan led the league in scoring 32.6 points and steals 2.8 while carrying the Bulls to a 57-25 regular season. Instead, Charles Barkley won MVP that season. In 2018-19 when Harden bested Giannis Antetokounmpo. Harden's ball-dominant, free-throw heavy style of play and his playoff struggles to that point had to play a part in the voting that year, because for a player to lead the league in scoring at 36.1 points per game, the one year that O'Neal did have a case for MVP in which he didn't win it was in 2001, the season it went to Allen Iverson, in which he averaged 28.7 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 3.7 assists with 2.8 blocks. Iverson was equally ridiculous that year in scoring 31.1 points and steals 2.5. Olajuwon's MVP, the one for 1993-94, actually belonged to Robinson. In fairness, Robinson did lead the NBA in scoring that season with 29.8 points to go with 10.7 rebounds, 4.8 assists, 1.7 steals and 3.3 blocks on 50.7% shooting. That was in 1997-98 when Jordan won MVP. It evened out nicely, though, as in 1996-97, Malone won MVP despite Jordan the best player in the NBA that year by a 0.57 point advantage for the six-time champion. Wade's highest finish in MVP voting came in that first year, in 2008-09. When he finished third behind Kobe Bryant and James despite leading the league in scoring at 30.2 nightly points to go with 5.0 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 2.2 steals, and 1.3 blocks. In 1967-68 when he finished as the league's second-best player, after averaging 21.5 points and 19.0 rebounds, but didn't finish in the top 5 in MVP voting that year. In 1956-57, the Hall of Famer was the league's top player over Bob Cousy, who won MVP that year. That season, Pettit put up 24.7 points and 14.6 rebounds, but the Hawks went just 30 for 238. costing Pettit a fair shot at league MVP. In 2020-21, Lillard was no. to behind only Jokic, but finished no. 7 in MVP voting. That season, Lillard averaged 28.8 points, 4.2 rebounds and 7.5 assists on 45.1% shooting while the Blazers went 40-230. Dantley was never the league's best player, but he did finish no. 2 in 1,983 behind only Larry Bird, yet he finished 7th in MVP voting that year despite averaging 30.6 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.9 assists on 55.8% shooting.